Hello everyone and welcome to the SBI Securities Weekly Wrap podcast. First, let's discuss how the market have been in the week gone by. Indian equity market has closed higher during the week with Nifty and Sensex gaining 0.8% and 1% respectively. Nifty touched fresh highs of 22,293 on the last trading day of the week. BSE Small Cap Index has also closed in line with the benchmark of 0.8% on a weekly basis, while BSE Mid Cap was flat on a weekly basis. The global news was slightly muted as US market was shut on Monday in the honor of George Washington's birthday, commonly referred to as the President Day. The release of minutes for the Fed last meeting in January indicated that the central bankers are still cautious about lowering the interest rate too soon. RBI MPC minutes were also released during the week, which highlighted caution regarding inflation and uncertainty in food price to keep the inflation outlook volatile. Apart from FOMC and RBI meeting minutes, the week was lighter on the economic data front in both US and Indian market. Hence, the market momentum was largely stock-specific. Now let's talk about weekly sectoral gainers and losers on BSE. Except for BSE Oil, IT, Metal, PSU, all sectoral indices ended up in a positive note. BSE Realty, Consumer Durable, FMCG, Power, Capital Good, BankX, Auto and Healthcare were biggest sectoral gainers, with weekly gain ranging from 4% to 0.7%, while oil, IT, metal and PSU were sectoral losers with weekly losses of 1.9 to 0.7%. Now let's talk about Nifty 50 gainers and losers. The top Nifty gainers during the week were M&M, Grasim Industries, ICICI Bank, Nestle India and Sun Pharma, while top 50 losers were Hero Motor Corp, Gold India, BPCL, Diris Lab and HDFC Life. Now let's take up on some key monitorable. During the week, the FII and DII were net buyers up to the term of rupees 3,121 crore and 3,356 crore. The DI data was till 22nd of February. During the week, the Brent crude decreased on a weekly basis from $83.47 per barrel to $82.51 per barrel. US 10-year bond yield has remained largely stable at 4.3%. Now let's move to stock-specific news. During the week, ABB India has reported its result. The sales, EBITDA and PAT grew at 13.6, 35.9 and 12.7%. The EBITDA margin has improved by 240 basis points to 14.8. In calendar year FY23, the sales, EBITDA and PAT grew by 22%, 54% and 22% respectively. Calendar year 23, the company received an order worth of 12,319 crore, while the company has already a backlog order of 8,404 crore. The number remained positive for the stock. CIE Automotive India has also reported its result. For calendar year 23, sales, EBITDA and PAT grew at 6.1%, 22% and 12% respectively, while EBITDA margin has improved by 195 basis points to 15.3%. This remained positive for the stock in the long run. During the week, government has hiked the sugarcane FRP prices by Rs 25 to Rs 340 per quintal for the season of FY24 and 25. Starting from October 24, this development remains slightly negative for the sugar stocks. During the week, Electric Intake has received a LOA worth Rs 4,000 crore from Best for supply, operation and maintenance of 2,400 electric bus. This development remained positive for the stock in the long run. During the week, NBCC has received an in-principle approval for Greater Noida Authority for development of unused purchasable floor area in existing project in Amrapali valued Rs 10,000 crore. This development remained positive for the stock in the long run. DLF subsidiary DLF Home Developers entered into private agreement with Access Trustee Service and IREO Private to acquire a land parcel in Gurugram worth Rs 1,214 crore. This development remained positive for the stock in the long run. Sona BL Double Precision Forging received a certification under the PLI Auto Scheme for hub-wheel drive motor for electricity two-wheelers. This development remained positive for the stock in the long run. Jubilant Foodworks expects its fried chicken brand Popeyes to cross 1,000 crore sales in next 3 to 4 years. This development remained positive for the stock in the long run. Grasim Industries has forayed into paint business with the launch of Birla Opus. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. Brigade Enterprise, along with PPP Ventures, has signed a joint development agreement to develop a 2.5 million square feet high-rise residential project in Chennai with a revenue potential of 2,000 crore. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. Tarim Power to develop 4 projects of pumped storage hydro, green hydrogen, solar generation with an investment of 25,000 crore in Uttar Pradesh. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. Power Grid Crop Board has approved an investment of 656 crore for implementation of electricity and transmission project in the country. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. JK Cement has completed the acquisition of 100% Tosali stake for a consideration of 90 crore. With this addition, JK Cement has added a 0.6% metric ton per annum cement capacity to its already existing capacity. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. Ambuja Cement to invest 1,000 crore to set up a 4 metric ton cement grinding unit in Jharkhand. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. Manrapo Chini announced its 2 crore capex for forward integration of project which will be its first ever bioplastic plant in India. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. GMDC board has approved a capex of 3,041 crore for FY25. The capex budget for FY24 was around 800 crore. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. JSW Steel is in talk with Australian miner Whitehaven Coal for a stake in its Blackwater metallurgy coal mining. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. The JV between RVNL and Salarsal Techno Engineers emerged as the lowest bidder for a contract worth of Rs 174 crore for Madhya Pradesh Power Transmission Co. This development remains positive for the stock in the long run. During the week, Union Cabinet has approved the amendment of FDI in the space sector, allowing up to 100% FDI in the sector. This development remains positive for few stocks like MTR and NALCO. During the week, we have given 3 calls, 2 pick of the day calls and 1 pick of the week call. In the pick of the day call, first of all, we have General Steels. We have given at a CMPI of 631 and target of 694. Jindal Steels is India's leading stainless steel manufacturer and is ramping its facility to reach 3 million tons of annual melt capacity. The volume guidance for FY24 stood at 20%. FY25, the volume guidance stood at 20 to 25%. JSL has also acquired Rabiram at a cost of 96 crore. This marks the foray of JSL into pipe and tube segment. Its Spanish subsidiary has revived and the number is expected to improve from 4th quarter onwards. The board has approved a divestment of equity stake in PT Jindal Stainless Indonesia. This decision was taken due to unfavorable market condition in Indonesia. These all developments are expected to be positive for Jindal Stainless. Now coming to the valuation front, at CMP 631, the stock trades at EV/EBITDA of 8.2% in FY25 estimates. We expect the valuation to remain on a comfort range. The second call is on NALCO at CMP 161 and a target price of 177. It is one of India's largest integrated bauxite, alumina and aluminium power complex in India. NALCO is an integrated aluminium producer encompassing iron ore to metal. It is one of the lowest cost producer of alumina. The capacities of NALCO on respective segments are as follows. For bauxite mining, it has a 68,25,000 ton per annum in North and Central Block. It has a 31,50,000 ton per annum in South Block. For aluminium production, it has 22,75,000 ton per annum. The power production is around 1200 megawatt. For aluminium metal production, it is around 460,000 ton per annum. While for wind power, it's around 198 megawatt. NALCO, in a JV with Khanij Videsh and Mineral Exploration Company, has signed an agreement with Argentina-based KMNSE for its first ever lithium exploration. Further, NTPC has signed a non-binding MOU with NALCO for supply of 1200 megawatt of power for its smelter in Anugur. Now coming to the financial part. The sales, EBITDA and PAT grew at 1%, 66% and 78% respectively, while EBITDA margin expanded 898 basis points to 23% in the third Q. Now coming to the valuation front, the stock trades at a PE of 16.3% of FY25 estimate. We expect there is still comfort on the valuation front. Now coming to the pick of the week call, we have given call on Huhtamaki India at a CMP of 342 and a target price of 393. Huhtamaki India is a leading consumer package company in India. It provides wide portfolio of packaging solutions for essential commodities like food product, personal care, home care, hygiene, pharmaceuticals. Huhtamaki is also an established player in the premium flexible packaging product, supported by its diverse product portfolio as well as strong diverse customer profile. The balance sheet of Huhtamaki has also improved over the years with reduction of its debt size. It is also into innovative offering like Blue Loop technology. During calendar year FY23, it has also accelerated its footprint and it has done a consolidation of 5 manufacturing sites. Now coming to the valuation front, the stock is trading at 15.8 times its FY25 multiples. We see some comfort on the valuation front and we expect the stock to be attractively priced. Now let's look at the aspect to look out during the next week. During the next week, data such as GST collection for February month, GDP figure for third quarter, monthly auto sales number for February 24 will grab market attention. In US, PCE index along with core PCE index will be the focus to fetch hints on Fed interest rate path going ahead. Further, for key corporate action of next week, kindly refer to our weekly wrap report. The link to the report is shared in the description box below. This was all about the weekly market podcast. Thank you for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.